Hi everyone, I felt like making another video, and I have some vinyl finds of all kinds that are not Beatles, and these are things I picked up recently, in the past that I haven't shown yet. I've been just hanging around here. Sometimes I wonder if I should wait to get a lot more just to make it a longer video, but hey, when you're in the mood to make a video, we might as well just go for it, right? So I'm going to reach over here to get them, pull them over. I'm wearing my New York Mets shirt because the Mets are in first place again by 2 games. I mean, I remember when they were in first place by, was it 11 games? Something like that, or something like that. I don't know, early in the season, but this is probably the kiss of death, because every time I say something like this, then they start losing. They just won 6 in a row. Let's see what happens. They're going to be playing tomorrow, I think, the Tampa Bay Rays, and I mention that because my mom lives in Florida. She's a fan of the Rays, so it'll be an interesting series. Anyway, sorry for you non-baseball fans out there. Okay, so these are some vinyl finds. Trying to think where to start here. Start with this. It's Def Leppard, and it's called High and Dry, the album. And the reason I bought this album is because I really love the song Bringing On the Heartbreak, and I have it on a 45, and I saw that this particular version boasts that it has 2 versions of that song on it. The original LP version, I guess, and the one that I think was on the single, the remix. So I love the song. I played both versions. I even like the one that's, I don't know what you'd call it, the more plain or average one without the more bells and whistles, the regular version. It's the first time I heard that one, I think. So I'm happy to have this. I have this just for those 2 songs, and I'll put it on in the background one day and hear all of it and see what we got. Alright, for you Elvis fans out there, I have a couple Elvis items here to show. The first one is going to be this. It's a television album that came out in the 1970s. You could order this by mail. It was advertised on TV. This is a US version. I once showed a version I had that was from Canada, and it was really nice. In some ways, even a little more professional looking and better made than this. But because I grew up in the US, I wanted to get the US version, and I found it really in good shape, so there you go. Also, this is my introduction to Elvis in a lot of ways, because when I was a kid in the 70s, my mom got this from the television commercial, and this is the first time I think I really heard a lot of Elvis songs, when she played this double album, 2-record set. Also, I don't know if this goes with it. I had this on the side. I think I showed this in an old video. It's a special TV edition photo album. Now, I don't know if this came with that album or if it came with the Canadian album exclusively. But I'm going to put this in the back along with the Elvis TV album. I'm going to probably put it like in the outer sleeve. Some good Elvis pictures in here for those who like Elvis. That's a good picture right there. And so on. Okay. Was at my flea market once, and this is a flea market find that I had. Elvis Loving You. I don't really know if this is the 1957 original, but the cover was in such beautiful shape. It was only $3. Now, I have a couple of versions of this album already, but this is one of the cleanest I've ever seen. Maybe it's a later pressing, I don't know. I'll tell you the truth, I should have backed up a little bit, because the record is not in here. I made a pass at this video before. It didn't come out well, and in the first pass at this, I took the record out, which is all scratched. The record is completely unplayable. I bought this totally just for the cover, and I took the record and flung it over the back and let it slam against the cases back there. Would have made a good video, but I forgot to get it and put it back in here to do it a second time for this. So sorry if anybody likes a little comedy, but anyway, I mean, it's beautiful. The seams are all together here and stuff. It's really in good shape, and I have this album, like I said, a couple of times over. I'll find the best record and put it in here, because that's in really nice shape. All right, how about the Monkees? Look at this, the first album, but I got it with the shrink on it. I mean, this is pretty amazing. I mean, I have this album a couple of times too. You're always upgrading albums, right? This one it's beautiful. It's got the shrink on it. It's as good as new. Record in pretty good shape too. It doesn't really matter though, even if the record wasn't in nice shape. You know, I'm getting this for the cover, and you can always put a nice quality record in there. It's got the sticker on here for Mays Department Stores. I don't know if anybody ever remembers those. MAYS shows you it's an original and not one of these 180 gram reissues or anything like that. I'm a fan of Laurel and Hardy, so I picked this up. This is the original soundtrack for the movie Babes in Toyland, which is better known by a lot of people as March of the Wooden Soldiers. This was a staple on television a lot of years. Still is, I think. This is an album that came out in the 1970s before we had VHS or any kind of home video, DVDs or HBO or anything. Anyway, so if you wanted to hear the movie, you would put this on, you know. And this is the entire movie on a record. You know, I have a few records from the 70s like that, you know. Of course, I also own the DVD, so, I mean, do I need this? Well, it's a collectible, you know. It's nice to have as a collectible. And I could see myself putting this on right here on the turntable one day while I'm typing away on the computer. So, and this is a record that's really cool. I mean, this is it's a 10-inch record. It's Jackie Gleason. It's called And Away We Go. And this is Jackie Gleason singing songs by some of his many characters that he used to do. Joe the Bartender, I can't read it, Fenwick Babbitt, Reggie Van Gleason III, The Poor Soul, and also, of course, Ralph Cramden from the Honeymooners. Now, the cover, you know, considering its age, it's in pretty good shape. There's some water damage down there, but, you know, the rest of it is pretty sharp. And the record is I mean, the record is mint. It is mint. It looks like it's never been played. It's on a Purple Capital 10-inch record. Plays at 33 1/3 speed. And the main reason I bought it was because, besides you know, the collectability and rarity of it, is he does a song here as Ralph Cramden called "One of These Days, Pow," where he sings to his wife how much he loves her, but she gets him steamed, and one of these days he blows his top, and he's gonna give her a sock. Now I gotta tell you something. I'm the least PC person you'll find out there, I think, in a lot of ways, but even I have to cringe a little bit when I hear songs like that these days. I love you, baby, but we get me steamed, and one of these days, pow! You know, it's like, wow. But if you like the Honeymooners, you'll love this. Then we're gonna go over here to this is the song Love is Strange by Mickey and Sylvia. Now, the thing about this is, you know, recently they've got a television commercial on for a car, I think it is, and a guy's like hosing down his car, but every time he tries to clean his car or protect his car from harm or anything, there's this big baby sitting there in a diaper, you know? Ever see that? They play the song Love is Strange over the background. I hate that commercial. And now every time I put this on, as soon as I bought it and I listened to it, and as soon as I heard the opening chords, I thought, oh my God, this reminds me of that commercial. Sometimes that's what happens with these TV ads. They ruin a song forever. Another good example is in the 1970s. You remember they had I think Sun-Kissed Oranges commercial, and used to play the Beach Boys song Good Vibrations over that. To this day, every time I hear Good Vibrations, I can't help thinking of oranges. Anyway, okay, here's Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells, you know, the theme from The Exorcist. And I have that in so many forms. I have the Exorcist album, I have the Tubular Bells 12-inch, I got another 45. But this was interesting because it had the small spindle there, and it had multiple tracks on it. There's looks like 3 tracks on this one, and 6 tracks altogether, 3 on each side. And you know, it's a cool item, you know. And that's the last item for this video. Thanks for watching. I just felt in the mood to make another vid, so I did. And I know I appreciate it, everybody, and hang in there and have a good day. Bye.